I want to talk about the important sales channels for selling online this year. So, here are the facts I want you to really pay attention to. First of all, let's talk about what a sales channel really is before I get into the nitty gritty. So, if you think about a sales channel, think about a pathway that your business can use to reach customers and sell your products. So, online marketplaces, retail stores, and social media accounts are actually all potential sales channels. So sales channels can be used to find and target the different customer audiences. So basically, your business will consider multi-channel selling if it wants to really have like a revenue on a consistent basis. So basically, you have when it comes to sales channels, you have direct sales channels, you have indirect sales channels, and you also have distribution channels. Okay. So when it comes to direct sales channels, your business works directly with consumers under a direct sales channel strategy. For example, Apple sells its products through its own stores and website. What about indirect sales channels? Well, indirect sales channels use third parties like distributors and retailers to sell products to consumers. So that's really important to think about it this way. What about distribution channels? Well, distribution channels are actually how products move from the manufacturer, okay, to the consumer. So many companies use third parties like drop shipping, print on demand, and 3PL. 3PL stands for third party logistics platforms. So 3PLs to manage fulfillment and keep costs low. So if you think about sales channels, think about the best way for you to really bring your product to the consumer. Okay, it has to be the channel has to be optimal. It has to be fast, and most importantly, it has to be scalable. Scalability is important because as your as your store grows, you want to be able to have a channel that's scalable as well. So let me share with you the top channels you can have right now if you want to sell online. So you have an online store. So online store, you have a direct to consumer. This is DTC. So an online store is actually the first sales channel many new entrepreneurs create, and for good reason. When you design actually your own store, you get to decide how products are displayed. You also get a complete view of customer data and sell directly to consumers, meaning you keep all the profits. Okay. So that direct relationship can be beneficial for your brand. And so research shows that e-commerce is growing across locations and industries. So most consumers nowadays prefer to buy from independent stores over multi-brand retailers. You also have modern marketplaces. So that's the second channel I want to share with you. So modern marketplaces are content-driven platforms that enable commerce. This includes social media channels like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Pinterest. Increasingly, it also covers streaming sites like Spotify. So that's really pretty good. So one of the reasons modern marketplaces are so successful as online sales channels is that buyers are already spending time there. Customers see products immediately in a context they are familiar with. So adding a buy button to a social media post is often a natural next step for them. So that's pretty good, especially if you are selling multiple products. Okay, on Instagram, for example, you can make posts and stories shoppable. So if a customer sees an item they like, all they need is to all they need to do is tap the shopping bag symbol, and they'll be directed to a page where they can see more details. Visit your store and check out. So you can see a pretty streamlined checkout process. Spotify, the music streaming service, is another modern marketplace built for selling. So listeners can scroll a band's profile to pre-order albums or purchase vinyl records and merch. Okay, so that's pretty good. And the cool thing is that with With this kinds of capabilities, you can actually collaborate with other brands and influencers to cross sell and cross promote. Okay, so this is really fantastic from a scalability point of view. Also, most social media platforms have useful templates for ads, and also a post creation. If you're looking for the top 10 most important sales channels for selling online, you also have traditional marketplaces. So when I speak about traditional marketplaces, I'm speaking about Amazon, Etsy, eBay, and Google Shopping. Okay, those are platforms that we all know about. Okay, those are examples of traditional marketplaces. These channels feature a wide range of product offerings, and customers generally search by the product they would like to buy instead of the brand they would like to purchase. They would like to purchase it from. So while traditional marketplaces come with a pre-existing customer base, these platforms require you to give up control of customer service and fulfillment and force competition on margins. Okay, so if you want to really compete on margins, use the traditional marketplaces because you are able to put your products in front of a large existing customer base, and you can use established distributors and marketing channels. The fourth sales channel to really consider this year is retail. So the retail sales channel includes both permanent and pop-up shops, like a short-term rental in the mall, a booth at a craft fair, or a stall at a local market. So retail channels provide the opportunity to build relationships with your customers in person and get live feedback. So this live feedback is pretty good, especially if you value this kind of this kind of direct interaction in your niche. Okay, retail is a powerful piece in the modern commerce playbook. So you have a face-to-face contact with customers, and you also have direct to customer sales. On the flip side, with retail, you have many added costs and a potential need for employees, especially if you are selling products that need that kind of maintenance. And you also have expensive brick and mortar overheads. I mean, in some industries, the overhead can be in hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every single month. So if your small business cannot really sort of stomach this kind of budget, then retail is definitely not the sales channel for you. You also have wholesale. So wholesale is another sales channel for selling online. And wholesale involves selling your products to other businesses who then retail them. So some businesses choose to make wholesale their only sales channel. Others use wholesaling as one arm of an omni-channel sales strategy. So the cool thing is with wholesale, you can move lots of inventory at once, and retailers engage in marketing and sales for your product. But the thing is that if you think about wholesale, capital inventory funding is required. It can be expensive to store inventory that doesn't sell, and you have no interaction with your customers. So you also have resellers. So a reseller basically is anyone. Okay, it can be you, it can be me. Basically anyone who increases the value of a product and sells it for a higher margin. So adding a value to a product can mean affiliation with an established retailer, repackaging it, or even improving the product itself. Okay. The cool thing about reselling is that you have low overheads and you have potentially high upselling opportunities. Okay. So that's really good. On the flip side, when it comes to reselling, the fluctuating price and availability can be can depend actually on the items you are reselling, and this can also depend on the economy, but also the location. You have inconsistent margins that can be problematic in some niches, and you do have required compliance with the original manufacturer's reselling terms. So what happens here is that you have the ability to sell to a certain level because the original manufacturers It has to have, let's say, reselling conditions. And if you want to resell, you have to really stick, you have to comply with what they put in place. Otherwise, you could really land yourself big, like in big trouble. So this is important. Another sales channel for selling online this year is actually white labeling. So white label. So white label products are actually very simple. They are generic products that can be customized with a brand's logo or name. Okay. So an example of this is the branded reusable bags that grocery stores sell at checkout counters. So this is kind of cool. So Trader Joe's, for instance, or even Walmart, doesn't manufacture its bags themselves, right? It simply buys generic ones and has its name printed on them. So the cool thing about this white labeling is that you have reduced cost of production. You have the ability to jump on trains like the stainless steel water bottle trend, and also you have market tested products. On the flip side, you have lots of competition, and the prices are depending on the supplier's prices for pre-printed items. You also have mobile apps. This is another sales channel for selling online. So with consumers turning to apps to do their shopping, many brands are responding by building out more capable apps. So brands offer filterable catalogs, gamified experiences, coupons, and special deals to people who download and shop through their apps. Okay, so you have more flexibility there as well. The advantage is that users spend longer on apps than on websites. Okay, because of the gamification aspect of the app. If the app is really well built, if the app is well designed, users are more likely to spend more time there. And also, you can use your app to deliver special offers. You don't have to go to a website or a third-party app. On the flip side, if you were to think about mobile apps, apps can be very expensive to build, especially if you have many needs. Okay, you have to reach out to a company that does that, maybe freelancing, but it's still costly. And also, apps require constant updating because technology advances, I mean, all the time. So, if you decide to build an app this year to use it as a sales channel for selling online, just keep in mind that you will need to actually constantly update the app. Otherwise, your app will be outdated and will be also vulnerable to hacking or that kind of stuff. If you're looking for a sales channel for selling online this year, think about B2B sales. So B2B stands for business to business. So those B2B sales are when one business sells products or services to another, right? So the cool thing is that companies have more spending power than consumers. So your B2B sales will be potentially more lucrative. Once you develop a good relationship with a company or a business, you will have a repeat customer. And sales agent can leverage their networks and expertise to find clients and close deals. Okay, so this is really good. On the flip side, companies can take a long time to make a purchase, so the sales cycle is longer potentially. And also, you have possible higher costs to create products or services for businesses because some businesses might want you to really customize products for them. So, this is something to think about. And you also have partnerships. So, partnerships are actually the final sales channel for selling online this year. So, a sales channel partnership is when you employ a company or individual, okay, to act as an extension of your sales team. For example, when a company uses social media influencers to promote their products through influencer marketing, this is a sales channel partnership. And this can be pretty lucrative too for your business. So the influencer gets a discount on those products or a commission on all the sales that their posts generate, and the company gets the benefit of the influencer's reach and audience trust. What are the pros and cons here? Well, with on the plus side, you have built-in consumer trust. You are able to reach new customers, and you can save on marketing campaign costs. On the flip side, your partners can misrepresent you, especially if the influencer is not really quote unquote trustworthy, okay? And you won't get as much customer data as direct sales. And you may have to sacrifice some of your own profits to make the relationship profitable for your partners, right? Especially when it comes to the affiliate profits or the other partnership profits, for instance. So, what are the extras here? When you think about if you want to have a channel, a sales channel for selling online, sometimes it's also think about building a multi-channel sales strategy. So instead of focusing on one sales channel, have multiple ones. Okay, so your sales channels should work together and support your core product line. For example, you might do the bulk of your purchase of your business on your e-commerce website, then run flash sales on excess inventory via Instagram stories or Facebook Reels, for instance. Okay, and so when you started your business, you likely prioritize a single sales channel. Scaling by exploring new sales avenues can seem daunting, but it's very rarely as difficult as store owners think. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to prioritize your channels based on profitability. Okay, so effective multi-channel selling is all about pinpointing the right channels for your business. So think about where your target audience spends their time, which channels will have the lowest running cost, and where your competitors are active. For example, selling your products on a traditional marketplace like Amazon, Etsy, or eBay might be the best next step for your e commerce business. So once you see profitability through one sales channel, you can then prioritize other sales channels accordingly, moving to each new sales channel as you see success on the previous channel. You want to create a different strategy for each sales channel, okay? Every sales channel you add to your business will require a different marketing for success. For example, you would take a different approach to sending customers to your online store than you would creating foot traffic in a brick and mortar retail shop. You also want to manage inventory and fulfillment. Okay, as you expand to different sales channels, you got to have the proper processes in place for inventory management and order fulfillment. So increasing the number of ways you can make sales will hopefully increase your potential number of sales. Okay, all you need to do is actually have the inventory to accommodate that increase. Excuse me. Is actually you want to have the inventory to accommodate that increase. You want to ensure also that quality customer service is actually available across sales channel. Don't really underestimate the importance of quality customer service. Okay, you want to have quality customer service no matter where you are selling at. This is going to really bring trust to. It's going to really add an extra layer of trust to your business, and customer will appreciate your products and services even more. And you want to keep an eye on your sales and analytics. So pay attention to how many sales every channel is driving. It will likely take some time to build up a new channel, but you need to keep an eye on your sales to make sure the channel eventually starts paying for itself and then generating extra profits. Okay, so if you discover a certain channel is not making enough sales, put together a marketing campaign aimed at that channel to help boost it. Perhaps all you need is a bit more brand awareness so your customers can discover your additional sales channels. So this is really important to really think about. In closing, to this conversation, I spoke to you about the most important sales channels for selling online. I explained what a sales channel is. Okay, I'll give you the top channels and now the extras. The top channels, I spoke about DTC, direct to consumer, online store, modern marketplaces, traditional marketplaces, retail, wholesale, resellers, white label, mobile apps, B2B sales, and partnerships. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.